I guess we'll watch both. Are they that different? What is this? Mostly gameplay. Alright, well fuck, I guess we're gonna watch some, have a fucking long ass video to upload tonight. Alright, let's do it.
At E3, I'm Sam, joined by Audrey, and we have Katie here from our publisher and developer relations team.
Hello, hello.
You are here to show us some Hollow Knight Silksong.
Absolutely.
Hey, wait, I have that sweater.
Hollow Knight was one of my favorite games of last year.
I wore that at GDQ. Oh, I'm so jealous of her pin.
And this is the sequel. So we're taking reins with Hornet. We're going to go into the first part of the demo, which gives a little bit of backstory as to
That
what
sweater's
this
in my
game's all
car right
about.
now.
And so this is, of course, coming from Team Cherry. Fantastic folks, hard at work wrapping up the game. So a lot of interesting development going on, but it's awesome that we can share a little bit of an early look of this game.
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a poem here. We're not really sure what's going on, why she was taken to this kingdom, and that's really part of the mystery to solve, is why, why was Hornet taken here?
It was just beautifully executed, I think, as you'd
It's
expect
true.
anybody who played the original.
From Farloom's Folly by Conductor Ramino. Alright. They see your beauty so fine, they see your people. Forget your heart. Found somewhere.
Hollow Knight.
A beast nature to bear all. A beast nature bear to all. I guess that's referring to her mom.
It's so atmospheric. It's so beautiful, and really you can immerse yourself in this world and the characters.
Really
And therefore,
haunting,
Hornet
gorgeous
is a
environment.
beast.
And so here we're
Beast.
starting off right at the very beginning of the game, giving you a little bit of a sneak peek about what
I've
is
seen this
going
trailer,
on,
or
but
I've seen this opening.
hang tight with us. After we've done the early section of the game, we are going to
Hey,
be
ma'am, can you shut up?
hopping a little bit further into the game, and at the
We're
very
trying
end,
to watch the
if we're
opening
lucky,
cutscene.
tackling a boss fight and trying our luck there as well.
Also, I'm glad they
So here
show
we see Hornet.
that
She's in prison.
she
and
wasn't
that is
just in
not a
this
state
cage
that she's
thing.
used to being
Like,
in.
there's some
No, it seems like there's some sort
barrier.
of seal of binding as well.
Yeah,
on
that
this.
seal of
so I'm
binding.
not sure what's going on. Again, it's part of
Oh,
the
she's
story
definitely
to
made a
unravel
boy.
that mystery among many others.
Mossback. We can
And
we
I think,
can fight.
if
We can
you
get in the
haven't
ring.
played the original Hollow Knight, you might not know too much about Hornet.
If I lose,
She is
I'll
not
admit
a
she's not
character I
void,
would
but she is
expect
void.
to end up in a cage.
I'll
She's
lie and
a
say she's
very
not void.
Powerful,
Yeah, this
interesting
bug
being
ruins
from the
everybody's
original
plans but
game
Hornets.
who, she's just such a competent fighter.
Did Hornet
You've gotta
cause
wonder
that bug
what
to do
happened
this?
lead to this
Yeah.
turn of
That's
events for
that's
her.
how she
Yeah,
gets
in
loose.
the original Hollow Knight, she's both friend and foe, and quite a formidable foe.
And
I know
thick.
quite a few people that had quite a challenging time taking her down in the boss
I
battles.
love that shot.
In some ways,
That's
she's
my
kind of
favorite
like
thing
princess
of the whole
protector
or the whole
Hollow Knight,
opening.
So she's got a very significant
so cool
role to
looking.
play there.
Yeah.
I love how cool
No,
she
it-
plays
it was
even
a- it
if
was a
she's
bug.
falling there.
God damn.
It's still good.
Yeah,
It's fine. Kind of like
I
the
wish these
princess
ladies
had
would
a-
shut up.
Both friend.
happened to lead to
See,
the,
look, it's a little like butter. See, flapping.
she's just there.
Yeah.
It's more
How
Hornet.
cool she plays it even if she's falling there.
Still good.
No, you're
it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, I don't know if she's got wings, but she's got courage, that's for sure.
That is true.
I don't
So
want
we are
to see
starting
you.
here in Mos Grotto.
Okay.
This is the bottommost level in Hollow Knight.
Oh my.
Mos
Okay, hold on.
Grotto.
The game
This
almost didn't exist. Hornet almost just died. Hornet almost just fucking was murdered by her own. This was almost some Final Destination shit.
the most level in Hollow
She's
Knight.
almost dead.
The-
That was almost the game. There would have been no game.
as part of the story, part of Hornet's adventure is ascending to the top, and you really start
game is
all the
too
way
large.
at the bottom.
Wait, what did that say?
Its adventure is
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. My bad. Wait, fuck. I'm not doing any more effort for that joke.
ascending to the top, and you really start all the way at the bottom.
Fuck. Can I
Hornet's
just?
adventure is
Also, you start at
ascending
1
to the
health.
top, and you really start all the way
Oh,
at the
buy.
bottom.
Oh, what?
Its adventure is
Also,
ascending to the top.
hold on. It says press A to bind. You could have just given her full
and
health.
You really start
Every OCD person in the fucking world is gonna lose their mind because
all the way
it gave
at the
you 4
bottom.
health and not 5.
And exciting for Hollow Knight fans. Is
Oh, did it use all of her
You
silk?
really start
Oh, it
all
didn't
the
show
way
that she
at
had
the
silk.
bottom.
Okay, never mind.
And exciting for Hollow Knight fans is this is a brand new kingdom. This is a place we've never been, a place called Farloom. So you really don't know what to expect as you
Wait,
jump
why
in
didn't she
there and start
explore to the
exploring.
right?
And look at all these vibrant
Also,
colors in this environment.
I feel like Team Cherry took it a little. It does look really good. It looks really lush. I feel like they took everybody's like joke about how you always go left in a 2D platformer. Like you check out left first and see if they hide something, but I think that's just the way forward. So they just decided to be the opposite.
Really very stunning.
Yeah, Team Cherry has really upped the ante on the detail in their environments. You know, this
Oh,
reminds
I
me
really love how the ground moves. Oh my
really
god, that
upped
looks
the
so
ante on
cool.
the detail
Look,
in
it's
their
like
environments.
squishy.
You know,
Oh,
this
that's so
reminds me
cool.
of,
I know.
You know, the Queen's
I
Garden.
love it.
From the original Hollow Knight, where with a lot more.
Oh,
know,
go on
the
things.
first
I
thing
heard
was
it's
the
gone, and I'm
details,
gonna be
this is
really
taking
sad.
it to a whole nother level, how
Oh,
much depth,
you just assume that
detail
water
is
is
explored.
Gucci.
And with the audio design,
just
the
give
little
away the
noises in
secrets.
background, the kind of bugs
Gosh.
and the moisture, you can almost feel the humidity as you're exploring this first area.
And you have a
Oh,
nice little edge.
that looked like a soul
Moisture,
statue, but it
you can
wasn't.
almost feel the humidity
It was
as you're
a.
exploring
I'm
this
calling it
first
Geo.
area.
I don't care what they
And
want.
you have a nice little edge grab there, which is new. Hornet really has her own play style, very acrobatic.
Yeah, so she feels different than the Knight from Hollow Knight. She has a little bit more weight to her.
I would have turned the video off if she said she feels different than Hollow Knight. I'd have fucking lost my mind.
She's a little bigger as well, so she can jump higher. She definitely is much more acrobatic and flourished than the Knight was. So we are heading over here. These enemies seem to
Hello?
have some sort of...
Did you just?
so we are heading over
Yeah,
here.
that's not important.
These
We'll just go
enemies
this
seem to
way.
have some sort of curse.
What are you doing? Ree!
What that curse is, what that haunting is, we need to solve that as part of our
She's just
journey.
gonna
It's
leave.
different than
I'm so
the
upset.
curse that was
You-
in Hollow Knight.
And it is kind of tragic as you're exploring it here and you find all these little bugs in some
You just break 2 of those and not 4? What? What do they do? Hello?
respects. They're still toiling away at their life's work, but their minds aren't their own anymore. And you really feel for them because as you go through and you
That's
meet
right.
this character,
Also, did she pogo off those things earlier? I wasn't paying attention. I don't think she did, right?
my heart.
I heard
breaks
there is no
sometimes.
pogoing. I'm sad.
Bugs get a really rough deal in these worlds. They seem to, like in Hollow Knight, they had sentience at some point, and then they almost become a
I like
hive
those
mind
guys.
again.
Cool.
In this story, they're also possessed.
Oh, that was
by
sick.
witch force.
Also, I love that there's like 2 areas already. Like, look how bony all that is.
They're also possessed.
And that guy is clearly like associated with this area, and then there's this area. There's 2 areas. This is cool.
By witch force.
The bone
It
zone.
might tie into something related to sort of
It blows my mind as a non-creative person how they can just continuously pump out games with like 100 different looking enemies when I couldn't create one. Like, I'd suck so much at creativity.
the themes that we see often, like the bells, some of the religious undertones, but that's just a conjecture on my part.
I'm not listening to a word they're
Previously,
saying,
but this is
so
the very beginning of the game, so
Yes.
things are a little slower here, but they ramp
this music's
up.
amazing.
They absolutely ramp up.
I wish they would shut the fuck up so I could hear it.
The enemies get harder, you get more moves,
I get harder.
you get more tools. And right now she doesn't have many actions. I can jump, I can hit, I can dash downward like that, and that's about it. But there's much
can
more
do
to
what?
learn. I can dash downward like that.
You
Have
didn't
many
dash-
actions. I can jump, I can hit, I
Oh,
can dash
good.
downward like that, and that's about it. But there's much more to learn as you progress through the world.
They heard I used an analog stick and they hate me, so they ruined my whole fucking life.
It's really satisfying to get those new abilities as the game progresses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she's always
Oh,
Satisfying to get those new abilities as the game
Look.
progresses.
oh for sure. Yeah,
look how adorable! No,
She's-
sit on the bench for
So
more than half a
satisfying to
second.
get those new abilities as the game progresses.
She does. Oh wait. I need a new change of pants. I was actually gonna go somewhere for the joke, but I'm too lazy.
yeah. She's always learning. I mean, if it seemed like she was a seasoned
I love how she sits on the bench though.
foe in Hollow Knight, you guys haven't seen anything yet.
I was just saying how much I love how she sits on the
So,
chair, but okay.
We are entering this first boss fight here against Moss Mother.
Why does Team Cherry think so little of mothers? Why do they hate mothers so much? You know, they just have you beat up on Gruz Mother as a mini boss, and now Moss Mother is going to be some shit mini boss. Like, why are they trying to downplay the hardest job in the world?
And I have quite an audience in the background.
Oh, her kids are coming to watch. Hi, Mom.
Oh my god, that was dark.
You're good.
Hey, look, her kids are coming to watch her get fucking murdered.
So as you are focused on the combat, we will let you wail on this Moss Mother. I think, Audrey, we've talked about this in the past, but both of us are really big fans of the classic side-scrolling Metroid.
I love the mid-air heal.
We've talked about this in the past, but both of us are
It's so
really
sick.
big fans of the classic side-scrolling Metroid
I love it so much.
style of gameplay. Yeah, and that's something that I think, for me, when I first played Hollow,
You're gonna make hard decisions like vaccinate, give children autism, give them polio. Yeah, it's really
and that was the
fast.
thing that really jumped out at me. Like, this is so true to that experience in terms of
Also, how many hits did it take her to get to
Hollow Knight?
full silk?
Metroid style of
1,
gameplay.
2,
Yeah, and that's
3,
something that I think, for me, when I
4,
first played Hollow Knight, was the thing that really jumped
6,
out at me. Like,
7,
this
8.
is so true.
What? Why did they have to? Why did they have to make it 8? Why couldn't they just made it 9? Just keep it.
For me, when I first played Hollow Knight, was the thing that really jumped out at me. Like, this is so true to that experience in terms of the progression, the backtracking, the deep exploration, this sense of mystery, but also just the ambiance. It's a spooky game.
It's so true. You can tell that the developers really love that genre, but they really
Oh my god!
Ambiance.
Who's complaining? Hello? I am in love with this effect of
Backtracking, the deep
how Moss Mother
exploration,
dies.
this sense of mystery.
Also, wait,
of
I'm
the progression.
confused. Why did the down dash make Hornet take damage?
And the backtracking,
Like, why
the
didn't
deep
she take damage right
exploration,
here?
this sense of experience
That's
in terms
fucking
of
garbage.
the progression, the backtracking, the deep exploration, this sense of mystery.
That was lame. What? What? Yeah, but she was doing the down dash thing. I don't understand.
But also the progression, the backtracking, the deep exploration, this sense of mystery, but also
That's really dumb. Jump up to the right and your feet. I mean, still feel like you shouldn't have taken damage.
the progression, the backtracking, the deep exploration.
Like, wow, why is it loading in between every frame? On like 1080 or something? Oh, yeah. That's very, very arguably the side. That's pretty lame.
This sense of mystery, but also just the ambiance. It's a spooky game.
It's so true. You can tell that the developers really love that genre, but they really made their own mark on it.
She has a look
You
down.
can tell that the developers
It's
really
confirmed.
love that genre, but they really made their own mark on it.
And with the art style, it's so interesting as you're interacting with characters and bosses and enemies. And Team Cherry is packing, I think, over 150 new enemies in here. There's no real different treatment. So here, is this an enemy? Is this a friend? You don't know. You feel this nervousness in your gut whenever you meet somebody new.
Mystery
Somebody just
around every
fucking
corner.
put her in the
Yeah,
ground.
you never know
Oh.
if it's going to be friend or foe.
That's 1000% gonna be
if
a friend.
the
You just fought a
haunting
boss.
of the kingdom has affected them in some way.
Yeah, everyone you approach, you're like, oh, should I be?
Cherry.
Hornet
Case,
dead.
I do believe I got some tidbits from Team Cherry. I do believe that's
Oh
the
my
church.
god, I'm in love with these bells. Hello?
I got some tidbits from Team Cherry. I do believe that's the church.
I'm gonna spend all day
who
just
may be
ringing
a
those.
mentor of sorts for Hornet throughout the journey.
Looking forward
That's
to
so
seeing a little
sick.
bit more about them for sure.
Oh,
So here we are jumping
I
ahead.
love it.
Katie, you've got us a little bit further into the game. What can you tell us about this spot?
oh my god.
So we are
what is
in
it?
deep docks,
Dude,
and
look
this
at all
is
that
an
fucking
industrial-
flavor.
What can you tell
Look
us
at all
about?
those
So here we
coals.
are
Those are
jumping
so
ahead.
sick.
Katie, you've got us a little bit further into the game. What
Oh
can you
my
tell us
god,
about
that's
this
so
spot?
badass looking.
So we
Wait, do they
Katie,
explode?
you've got us a little bit further into the game. What can you tell us about this spot?
I wonder if they do
so we are in
damage.
deep docks, and this is an industrial region of Farloom.
I love the way it
we've
looks,
got
though.
a lot more actions at Hornet's disposal right now. Farloom, we've got
Hold on. Am I the only reason, like, am I the only one that loves the way these beads sound?
a lot more actions at Hornet's disposal right now. You know, and really
They
when
sound so good. Like just the way they sound, it sounds so. I love it.
A little bit further into the game,
It's like a clicking sound, like ASMR right now.
We don't know where, but we are still very early on in the game here.
And just a moment ago there, you collected some of the new currency with the rosaries.
Yeah, so one good thing to point out is we've got some
Wait,
currency with the
is her
rosaries.
dress an item?
Yeah, so one good thing to
Why is that so funny to me? I like how it has that fucking that like shape. That's amazing. It has pockets, dude.
point out is we've got some
Oh,
rosaries.
hold on. I want to see all this. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, so one good thing to point
I like how she looked at the controller to open the inventory. That's great.
out is
Okay, find. Okay, so obviously more. That's obvious. Oh. Okay, go back. There we go. Oh.
we've got
Holy currency beads, holy anal beads used to trade for goods. Each rosary is etched with a fine pattern.
some rosaries here. That's the currency for Farloom, and
Oh, so you have like Geo, which is rosaries, but then you have shell shards, which is like crafting stuff. All right.
we have some shell shards here. So as you traverse, you'll be collecting
maker Nate.
two different types of items to.
Oh my
One
god!
purchase
The fact
item
that you can just look how much
two
weight those things have.
different types of items.
That's so
to
sick looking.
One, purchase items, and two,
I love this shit.
replenish your tools and get new tools.
I
Something to watch
love
out
this
for, though,
fucking
is that if
area,
you actually
and that dash
two,
is sick.
replenish your tools and get new tools.
Something to watch out for, though, is that if you actually are defeated, you will lose your rosary beads. You'll hold on to your shell shards, but you'll
That
lose
looks
all those
cool.
nice rosaries.
Yeah, so that's why, earlier
He's
if you
dead
guys
ass.
noticed, we had a rosary string, which is
Nice
a really
jump.
helpful item to not lose your currency.
Look at her!
Which is a
Look
really
at her looking
helpful
up.
item to
Hold
not
on.
lose your currency.
Just the way.
See?
So if
Looks
they're
so
tied on a
good.
string, you won't drop them so easily.
You have to stop the urge to break apart the string.
Which was when I played
I
the
wish
first
she would let them attack. I want to see what their attacks look like, but she keeps killing them before they can do anything.
time. Obviously the first thing I did, it was like break. Yes.
KDT's
of
right.
course.
None of them have any AI. None of them
So
attack.
a little bit of platforming here.
This reminds
We're
me of
heading
Ori,
over to this
like the lava
lovely
level.
little gentle flea.
Aw.
Why would you not immediately attack?
No.
So this is a flea. One of the loveliest
What? The fuck?
flea.
Aw, hello.
So this is a flea. One of the loveliest bugs in just all the worlds.
It was cute, and then it wasn't cute.
This lovely little gentle flea.
Aw.
Adorable? Wait, cute, then adorable.
So
No. Cease. Stop. Stop doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing right now, don't ever do again.
this is a flea. One of the
I don't want to
loveliest
free
bugs in
free
just all the
fleas.
worlds. I've been
I
terrorized
don't
by
want to
fleas in
freeze.
my past.
Freeze.
It's okay.
It's personal stuff.
I don't like
But,
them.
for these guys, they have
Okay, he wasn't trapped though. He's just sitting there. What? You just walked up to it.
come to Farloom for enlightenment. So again, some religious undertones to this game.
Some religious undertones to this game. There's some religious undertones, guys. It's real religious. It's really teaching you about the dangers of religions. I'll fucking pause. You know what? I'm going to get string cheese. Fuck you. Leaving a pause. You fucked. Fucking somebody give him the link so he can go watch without me. Fuck you.
Bellhead. Yeah, Bellhead, he has a hard head, so we're gonna have to
He has a
go
bell
for
head.
his undercarriage, if you will.
It's interesting just
Hornet
going
loves
right
string
back to
cheese.
thinking about the title of the game, Silksong. There is a really interesting kind of musical undertone to the game. We're seeing bells hanging in the background, charms, chimes.
Holy fast!
Some of these kind of musical undertone to the game. We're seeing bells hanging in the background, charms, chimes. Some of these enemies we're seeing have a kind of musical component. Silk, on the other hand, if we talk maybe about the UI elements here, Silk
Yeah, it's got some silk undertones. It's got some song undertones. It's got some hollow undertones. And I think it's got some night undertones.
plays quite an important role for Hornet as well.
Yeah, so she's got a similar setup that the Knight had in Hollow
Oh,
Knight.
can you see that? She's
Instead
great.
of
What are you
soul,
talking
she
about?
uses silk. So when you do fight enemies, you accrue more silk. There's also some reservoirs of sort, like in the spindle here.
Oh
to
my god, that's
acquire
sick!
more.
Wait!
There's also some reservoirs of sort, like in the spindle
I love that
here to
like you get
acquire
thinner
more.
because
And
it's
that
like
goes onto your spool in the
I
upper
love that
left.
so much.
So right now you've got a nice
That's so
stash
badass.
ready to go.
Yeah, I've got a nice stash of silk, so I can heal really quickly. That's another difference from
yeah, maybe you should have like healed and
her
then
to the Knight.
got more
is
silk
the
from the
ability
thread.
to heal
Here, you
without having to
fuckboy.
charge.
Hey,
Charge
Extras,
super
thank you for
quickly,
the-
she can charge mid-air.
I love how like green and shit is over here. I wonder if there's like a green area over that direction.
So in those tight boss battles, you still need to think, but perhaps one less thing.
This area is
Grab
interesting.
that dot key off that poor bellhead.
He doesn't need
He
it
doesn't
anymore.
need it
I think he's, yeah. So as you see, these
How
guys
long do you
still
play the
continue to
game
work,
before you have
so
like
they're
projectiles?
haunted by something, but there's still some sort of goal that they're working toward.
I mean, yeah, it's
at
fucking
least for these
bells
bellheads
equal
here,
infection.
It seems that they're
What?
working toward.
What?
At least for these bellheads here.
What? Did she down dash into like cancel into double
It seems
jump?
that they're
The
that they're
fuck was
working
that?
toward. At least for these bellheads here, it seems that they're
What the fuck was that?
gathering all this coal to send up to the citadel.
I guess you could
which
just
is high
cancel
above
down
and
dash
far
into
away.
double jump? That was
So I
sick.
wonder next time we see an enemy if we could try something else out, because we've got one other icon at the upper left that we haven't talked about.
I wonder if you
with the
have to
straight
run
lines.
across this.
Yeah, so much like the Knight, again, there's all these similarities, but
I
key
love this area. This
differences.
looks sick.
So instead of charms, she has tools. So using the R button, I can throw a straight pin out. We'll get out of this lava pool here so I can better...
And you can dash across that, but you can't linger.
No, I learned that the hard way.
Gotta keep moving.
So, and then again,
I like how you'd have to actually play the game. Like these ladies have to play the game to learn that, as if it's not insanely obvious.
and another movement, or I'm sorry, action change rather, is that she can
KG, I
dash.
hate you so much.
After you dodge, you could
Why are you like
get
this?
out of dodge quickly by sprinting.
No, learn that the hard way. It wasn't very
So
obvious
we're
by the
gonna
way
head
that
over
the
here,
environment reacts.
Get this math shard. Collect 4 of these, and you'll get another math shard, which is basically your health.
That looks really weird.
We'll go again and heal. And I want to get a little bit more health until we've got a boss battle coming up against a rival character called Lace. So I'd like to have
I think
as
this is
much
what I
health
saw.
as I can get going into it. As you get further into the game,
I get
gets
it,
much
guys.
more
Lace,
challenging,
like
so
another word for like thread or silk.
collecting.
In order to rival Hornet, Lace must be pretty powerful. So you're gonna want that health.
Yes, I need some more armor.
Okay.
And this is a little mysterious.
Yeah, like all things, you know, in this game, nothing's placed without purpose or intent.
I'm sorry, I will fucking pause to read shit on my screen. Fuck off.
It's a riddle of some sort.
I'm gonna pause twice as much just
At
because
this
fuck
point, we
you.
won't be able to solve it, but noting the bells, I think that's another thing that'll come up a lot more in this game.
One thing that's
Oh, hold on. You said read faster. Oh, okay.
interesting as well that we haven't really touched on, but folks may have already noticed as they're listening to the game and the audio.
He has to read it now. He's speedrunning day 1. Oh god, more arenas. We stand with Ellen Sai. Okay.
Hornet actually has a voice, which is quite distinct from the Knight from Hollow Knight. He was silent. The fact that she actually speaks and vocalizes,
Read slower.
she's got exertion sounds.
Read slower.
It
Okay.
also changes how she interacts with other characters.
Oh my god, wait, that was sick!
Rises, she's got exertion sounds, but it also changes how
Fuck
she interacts
you
with
and
other characters.
oh my god, he got demolished!
is.
Wait, that was
She's got
sick.
exertion sounds, but it also changes
Take
how
that
she
fucking
interacts with her
kunai
characters.
and get fucked by your own little bomb.
Yeah, so
Dumb
we're going
bitch.
to have a little scene in a bit where we do engage in dialogue.
You're miss.
She's not a silent
Just
protagonist.
eat that shit.
She's got a voice, she's got an opinion.
I love that little guy with a little. He's got a little symbol.
Really fun personality.
Well, yeah, and
Is she gonna
These
die?
guys are really going
yeah,
for you.
the waves of dock workers put me on mute generally.
Oh, no worries.
But a couple different enemy types here. In addition
Damn,
to
there's
the
a lot of enemies
Bellhead,
in this gauntlet.
we've got this lovely shield bug that's
And now I wonder if that's like half of a cymbal or part
Yes.
of a drum kit. They're all arming themselves with musical implements.
Yeah, it's
know,
almost
these
like
guys were-
there's the word song, like in the title.
Bells on their heads. It's practical and charming.
yeah. Perhaps I rudely interrupted band
the-
practice, so
The whips are very real.
understood.
It's
So
a
I'm
high
gonna-
school band team.
high school band team.
They'll never.
Wait, look at the way she's posed.
Win nationals now.
That's
They'll
amazing.
never win anything again because they're all dead. So
Aw.
we're
Dude, she's fucking going Super Saiyan when she grabbed those.
or are they? I don't know. Their
No,
bodies
that's
are
it.
still here.
I don't know
taking a
what that's
little
not.
nap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nap.
she's definitely made a boy. You guys
Rest
not
for a
see that
little
body?
bit. And I will head up here. We're going
Dude,
to
her
unlock
movement looks so
a
fun.
save bench. Those work
These ladies are
similarly
actually
to
birds.
Hollow Knight. I can both save here, and then also it serves as a checkpoint. So looking at the
I can save here, but also it serves as a checkpoint. What the fuck do you think a save point is?
top left, you'll see I've got that straight pin meter. It's totally depleted right now. So when you do go back to the bench,
Whoa, what?
straight pin meter, it's totally depleted right now. So when you do go back to the bench, you have to pay to rebuild your
Oh, that's fucking cool.
right now.
So she used all of her kunais, and when you sit on it, it like,
So when you do go back to the
oh,
bench,
that's so fucking cool.
straight
I love
pin
little
meter, it's
animation that
totally
happens.
depleted right now. So when you do go back to the
I
bench,
love that
you have
so
to
much.
pay to
Oh, I
rebuild
love that
your
so much.
tools. So it does function a little differently than the heal and the special attack, which goes from her silk. You actually have to use shards for the tools.
Oh, I love her.
So this is Forge Daughter, and she's going to help Hornet out with some tools throughout the journey.
And I do love her assistant down here. He is so dedicated to his task. Whatever's going on in the kingdom has not affected him.
No.
He is still shoveling away for Forge Daughter.
He's shoveling
So I'm not gonna make sense of like all this shit because like I mean Mossback will make it. Don't
away
worry.
for a better purpose here.
I'm here to look at gameplay.
So we'll talk with the Smith a little bit here. I love that she talks in the royal we. She's not talking about her and Bala. She's talking about.
Oh,
just
it
her-
does. It's right there.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, it also has a weaver. That's interesting, actually.
And she actually introduces another interesting crafting mechanic that we can't show too much about just yet, but maybe we can talk a little bit about it.
Yeah. So this is the first time we're meeting her. So we're not able to, engage with her and get more tools. But
Why is she assuming that this is a her? Hello?
rest assured that Hornet is going to have just as a vast tool set
Interesting.
as the Knight had in Hollow Knight. So he's kind of rude.
Got a real thick bell on his
Oh,
head.
this is
You're not
called
gonna
Forge
through.
Daughter? Okay.
She's laughing about
All right, there we go.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she's
goodness.
her respect is shaky for him.
Why does this thing
Those
go
little
away?
sounds all throughout.
Oh,
the
is it an
game.
elevator?
The sound effects and the music as well are fantastic. They have the
Elevator
incredible
bench?
composer from the previous game
What the? What?
as well are fantastic. They have the incredible composer from the
You just take the whole thread? Wait. Hello?
previous game here, Christopher Larkin.
Larkin.
His work is so good and
So
really
great.
When you like dash
puts you in
attack
the
it, it gives
mood
you
as
like your
visit
whole.
these different spaces.
gives you,
that
like, the
have
whole
very
thing?
different feels and personalities.
Very atmospheric. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so
how they
heading
didn't
up
point that out at
here,
all.
we have the dock key, and we are going to enter the boss's chamber. So
Good
this
thing you
is,
lifted that key earlier.
I sometimes forget when I do those things so far in the past.
Okay, so I saw part of this boss fight. I don't think you can fall off the sides. Or at least you
So
can't push
Lace
the
is
boss
part
off
of
the
the group
sides.
who's going to impede Hornet's journey to the top of Farloom.
And she gives you a run for your money as well. She is speedy.
Yeah, so I
I love her
practiced
little
this.
cane thing.
I won't say how many times I practiced this before the stream. We'll just say that I invested quite a lot of
Did he
time
die?
in learning her pattern.
We're
'Cause
rooting for you.
It's not just action; it's strategy and learning.
Oh my god,
the
I love
movements,
this
learning your
character.
spacing.
Just a little swordsman.
And what I learned from a friend at work was it's almost like a reactive battle. Based on what actions she chooses, that's how I should then engage with her.
Just described like every boss in Hollow Knight.
Yeah, if you try and just go in,
She chooses, that's how I should then engage with her.
yeah, if you try and just
You just described like every boss in like every game.
go in there and attack without thinking too far ahead, it's not going to turn out well for you. I can say from experience.
Yeah, I can say from 50 losses,
It's just the nature of boss fights.
have patience.
And also note that she's
Yeah,
not
you
the
just
kind of enemy
you just
want
look
to
at what the
battle
boss
while
does and then you
talking.
react to
So
it.
good job.
So back on mute, we're gonna.
So one thing Audrey and I can talk about as we
There was something while we were
That
joking about her
bosses,
being dumb.
Well for you. I go in
Okay,
there
first
and
off, I
attack
love
without thinking
that
too
when
far
you stagger
ahead, it's
them,
not gonna turn
I love this thing so that you see like how did you know if you press left? I love this thing. That's cool.
turn out well for you. I can say from
And
experience.
then
Yeah, I can say
Also-
from 50 losses.
okay, so hold on. I wanted to see what happens when she tries to heal in the worst spot ever, but she's down 3 health. She gets interrupted healing. Okay, cool. So if you get help
Yeah, I
or
can say
hit
from
while you
50
do it,
losses.
you just lose your soak and you don't actually get the
have
health. All right.
patience.
And also note that she's not the kind of enemy you want to battle while
Wait, did she get hit?
Yeah, I can say from 50 losses.
But she got hit. Okay, so she would have gotten all 3. But instead of going down to 2, she just didn't get anything. See?
Have
So-
some
Okay.
patience.
and also note that she's not the kind of enemy you want to battle while talking.
It's just
So, good-
interesting how
good
they did
job.
that.
So back on mute, we're
Like,
gonna.
it's
So
like you
one
had
thing,
Boulder Shell,
Audrey and
just
I
like
can talk
interrupted
about
it,
as
you
we
lose
cheer
the
you on from the
soul.
sidelines.
But
In addition to some of the other things we've talked about, where folks who played Hollow Knight will have some familiarity.
that
we
is
can't show
that
it
is
just
the
yet, but
coolest
some of the other
ability.
things we've talked about,
It gives you like the circle. She's like, okay, she's gonna do this, and then you have to time and not be on the ground whenever it ends.
where folks who played Hollow Knight will have some familiarity.
That's so
We can't
that's
show
so
it just
cool.
yet,
I
but
like
they
it a
are
lot.
also integrating a map system. True to Hollow Knight fashion, though, I think you're not just going to be given a map.
Oh no.
You're
You have to
do
earn
some
your
work
keep
for it, I
here.
imagine, but it will be so helpful as you're traversing this
I don't
world.
like-
back
Keep
for it,
here.
I imagine, but
I don't like that it didn't. Wait, what?
it will be so.
What am I increasing or decreasing? Oh, volume. Okay. I don't. One thing I don't like is
no.
that she
You have to earn
she
some
hits
keep here.
I imagine.
her. I think it's right here, and like there's nothing to show that it shouldn't be taking damage.
But
Yeah, like what? Why did that clank? Fucking sword's up here, and you hit it right here. How does that not hit?
it will be just going to be given a map.
Oh no.
I don't like how
You have to
not
earn
clear
some
that
keep
was.
here.
I imagine, but
Yeah, I don't
it
know
will
why
be
that
so
didn't hit,
helpful
but
as
whatever.
you're traversing
Yeah,
this
I don't
world,
understand.
backtracking. There are going to be so many.
I don't like how
secrets you'll
unclear that is
uncover
that it wouldn't do
maybe
damage.
You can't quite solve puzzles right from the
Thank you,
get-go,
you
but
little
Outside, thanks for the 9 months, man.
Unlock this world as you slowly try to.
Didn't you just
climb
sub
to the
like 2
top.
weeks
It
ago?
would be, I think, really
Or a week
helpful.
ago?
Oh yeah, I think that players are going to rely on that map.
Also, if
It's
she
an
dies to her, this is
interesting
gonna
kind of
suck because that means we're gonna have
shift
to
where in
watch this
Hollow
whole thing
Knight, You're
again.
really delving deeper and deeper into the world, sort of descending into darkness. Here, what
the
Hornet has to do
opposite.
Oh,
is
she beat her.
climb up. You
Well done.
Dude.
Well met.
nice.
I don't know what
done.
you guys have said the past 2 minutes.
That's all
Don't
right.
worry
It
about
was
it.
like
I don't know what you've said the past 18 minutes, so don't feel bad.
ambient noise.
Good job.
Just the white noise you needed.
The soothing voices of conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think I breathed for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, well met.
So that's
Nice,
an
good
intense
joke.
fight. Yeah, you can't play that.
Also, Logan was saying that like the fight was underwhelming. First off, I think that fight looks incredible. I like, regardless of if it's an early boss and it's not going to be like that hard, but like it looks really cool. It looks like it's going to be actually fun to like find where you can fit damage in and shit. And it's also way longer than like the clip that he was referring to. It was like 10 seconds, and so that was like, I don't know, 45 seconds to or something.
offensively. You've got to play a bit more defensively. But with that, we've entered this chamber here.
And are we allowed to show anything past this chamber?
No.
That's all right.
Just a nice tease for players at home. To
No.
be
We will let folks wonder.
Yes. The bell will toll and
Everything.
for you.
Is the other one on Nintendo's Nightmare God Lays? Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, is it IGN? I'm sure you're about to link it, but it's fine. Alright, on site. Oh. Is it gonna be like the same stuff? Looks like it's just the same thing. Is this the same like stuff that she just did? Pretty scuffed camera. Yeah, this looks like she's just going through the same area. They're just going. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Where was that death? Also, I like how whenever you're at 1 health, it's got the same effect, but it's white this time. Yeah, it's all smoky. She's definitely void. Void as fuck, dude.